important subject, decision making. All right, it's 6 o'clock. What I hope to do is to talk about all of this. That's why I wrote it down. Give you a little bit overview. Always decision means making choices. Then your emotional involvement in that, certain habits that sometimes you have accumulated or developed over a bit of time, and then that also makes a decision on your own. And then there are also sometimes things that happen all of a sudden you need to make a decision. And then sometimes it's also decisions that you make very unconsciously. Talk a little bit about that, about fear. And then we have this series of how to make a decision. And finally, your own integrity. People don't realize, but your own integrity is part of the reason why people cannot make decisions. Your integrity is something you must recognize. It is not something you override. So this is what we talk about. Okay. Now, yes. Let me ask you this, okay? Why is it? Let me start off by asking you, why is it that you always hear people say, "Oh, it's difficult to make decisions." Do you all hear that? You always hear people tell you, I have difficulty making a decision, or I have to delay making a decision, or I can't make a decision, and then they want opinion from everybody to make them decide. Have you been through that kind of thing? Do you all go through that? Okay? Huh? You do that? It is something that you go through in life, am I correct? Huh? Is that correct? For you to make a decision is very difficult. Do you all have the problem? You all have the problem. You have the problem. Have you ever wondered why you have that problem? Have you ever wondered why? Sorry? Think too much. Think too much. Possible? Possible, yeah. Because you want to find a perfect answer. Therefore, you keep delaying it and delaying it and delaying it. Yeah, second.
Fear of being accountable for a wrong decision, maybe?
Yes, we'll talk about that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. True, because the decision you're making has a consequence.
Yes.
And you do not like the consequence. You're not willing to accept part of your decision-making process would be that it's a consequence of the decision, and you're not willing to accept that. Yes?
Yes.
And then it's like a couple of days ago, she asked me a question, are you prepared to let this go? I say, yeah. Okay, you have made the decision, I'll make it for you. So, okay, yeah, it happens all the time, yes. What else? What are the reasons why we have difficulty making decisions? Why? In everything, you know, from a simple thing like the school you choose, the workplace that you work for, or friends that you meet, everything in life, you have difficulty making a conclusion. And then, okay, I will go for it.
Can I add one more point?
Yes, please.
Sometimes it's the upbringing from young. You have been brought up in the sense that your parents never given you the opportunity to make it. All the time they are the one making decisions for you, and you're
very good. Very good. Very good. You recognize it yourself.
Yes.
That's the key. You must recognize it yourself.
Yeah.
Well, conceptually, I can understand what you're saying,
yes.
But you must yourself recognize that I have never made any decision on my own, and people have always guided me, helped me. My brother, my sister, my mother, my father, my everybody else made a decision. So I never actually made a decision in your life like that. Okay? Well, some others, on the other hand, at a very young age, make a decision on their own to do something or not to do something, and therefore they grow up at a very young age already have the ability to take decisions. The right or wrong doesn't really matter; they just do it. Yes, that's very good. Okay, have you ever had any problem in your case? Yes. Making decisions. You have that problem? Share with us, come. Because you don't know. Why? No, what she says, what she said. You. Okay.
What about blame culture? Blame culture. Blame.
What do you mean by that?
When you do something wrong, they will say, you see, you're doing this kind of mistake. Blame culture. Blame culture. Because here we're living in a place where we do something wrong, leave aside nothing. Easy, we pick on parents, because everything you do wrong, they say, because
That can happen too, yes.
then we prepare the mother and say, you gave birth to me, that's why I'm doing it.
Can happen. You don't want to take the blame. Could also be tied up to fear and all the rest of it. I'll come back to you in a short while. Karuna, you?
Decision making for every day we are making decisions. Every week we are making decisions. You know, sometimes you go for a lunch research, you cannot decide where to go.
That's true.
But every day,
Yes.
sometimes you just say, okay, you decide, we will follow you.
Okay.
Do that because there are two people or three people involved.
Sure. But why? But why you? Why you? You in
You
your
want to
experience.
make sure that everybody is happy.
You want to please others.
Everybody is happy. Because you can just say, okay, we go and eat. Then suddenly there are another two people who know what to say, they just follow you. But if they might be in it, then it's day to day. But when you want to make big decisions, then you need proper information. And you may be right, you may be wrong. But if it's needed that you have to make a decision, then I make a decision. But when I can't make a decision and I think they're not complicated, then means that there's not enough information. So I normally find difficult to make a decision. I allow everybody to contribute. That's how I work now.
That is the reason why 97%
97%
of the human population is poor. This is the exact reason why. 97% of the human race is poor. Hand to mouth or below. Hand to mouth is because of this reason.
The problem we try to please everyone.
Exactly. We want to please everybody and displease ourselves. Decision making, first of all, the first thing that you must recognize is, am I making the decision for myself or am I making a decision for somebody else? But there are several things. I'm just saying it in a very simple way, but there are many things. I'll come to them in a short while. But it is true that people have difficulty making decisions. It is very, very true. And some statistics are available. And roughly, I can tell you that about 97% of the human race have difficulty making decisions.
Why? Because
yes, one of the things is what your wife said just now, that conditioned behavior. You are conditioned from young. You are not allowed to make a decision, depending on the culture that you come from, the home that you come from, the environment in which you grow up, the difficulty of your parents, the society you come through. You're easily controllable. I mean, there's some total of that, okay? Already,
you're saying the culture plays a part.
It does play a part. It does.
It is an autocratic culture.
It
You
will
just
be
follow.
more difficult. That's right. You just follow.
You just follow. Somebody makes a decision.
Yes. You cannot even make a decision. I mean, put it this way. We are a human race. We are human. And yet our evolution of human has taken probably, 70 million years or billion years, I don't know. But we have made decisions all our time. And we kept on making decisions. That is very true. That's why you find that some cultures and some culture is very mature, extremely mature in decision making. And I'll come to that in a short while. You also find that certain culture, also dominant culture, they have grown to make decision in commune, as I was beginning, as a commune make decision. And then this is how the human race development is. And that's why there was always war and killing and conquering and whatever you would like. They want more.
Just to discuss, when you say commune, don't you think many people have many ideas instead of one person?
Okay, in a commune, everybody is doing this for their self-interest. As an example, a commune example. If you are doing farming as an example, everyone has an interest for the farming, meaning whatever vegetable you are growing in that little village will be the same. So there is no such thing as I want to plant durian and you want to plant rambutan. It cannot be. The soil condition is such that this type of vegetable will grow there. That's self-interest. So when they have the self-interest, then it becomes a commune interest. When you want to change a crop, as an example, then it becomes a commune. Then the commune will, of course, do certain things to find out whether this is the right thing to do or not the right thing to do. Commune interest. So a lot of that. It's a question of you and I do things, you will benefit, I'll benefit. That's how we grew and came. That's why it was quite easy to condition people, knowing that human beings can be conditioned. You then condition them not to take a decision or not to make a decision. I will take it for you. And that's how warriors, those warriors who killed and they became a king. Almost all the kings have got no brain, but they are all violent warriors. So obey. Either you obey, fall into place, or I will kill you. You see what I'm saying? So that's the kind of decision.
You mean before you have those obligations from people around?
Okay, now we are coming to another type of thing. You are saying, hey, before you decide for somebody else, you must have an integrity. Okay? You must have an integrity, you must be an honest person, you are doing this not for yourself, you're doing it for the whole lot of people. Example of that, as I speak now, is Xi Jinping being made for life, he can be the president of China. The entire Chinese government or the Chinese ruling party. Now this is a very peculiar system they have, okay? The representative of this Chinese representative is in total amounts 5 million. 5 million people make the decision. Not 500, 5 million. The decision came from the very commune villages to another level and another level. Now it came from all the provinces of China. And then 5,000 people, right? 5,000 people who came for that particular thing which is happening now, they are the ones who voted 100%. Xi Jinping shall be the leader for us now. This is a commune decision that came from the bottom. Okay? History will tell us whether that is the right decision or wrong decision. But for the moment, it looks as the best decision for them. May not be good for other people, but good for them. That has given the Chinese people the authority now for him to say, we will fight to the end if you try to do anything with Taiwan. Already the statement has gone. So that gives the authority, and then we will build an army, and we will protect it. So your threats will not be accepted. So you can see it, that's the decision made, and then can be taken that way. Right or wrong, we don't know. Okay, so this is a bigger decision, but smaller decision, we will small. In fact, throughout the day, right? As I said, throughout the day, every single day, you make decisions. You do. Every single day. Taking Uber, you made a decision. Okay? What's your name? I forgot your name. Saras. You are an intelligent girl. You are finishing your accountancy. Okay. You have taken decision along the way on your own. You are not a rebel. You are not a rebel in your home. But you are also an individual person from your home. I think you take a lot of decision on your own. I think so. Talking to you. You are willing to take a certain amount of risk. Okay, but I didn't understand. I couldn't comprehend when you said, I consult my friend. I couldn't understand. You probably said it unconsciously, but do you really do that? Do you consult your friend to make a decision?
For example, like when I want to buy a clothes, like a brand of the just to get their opinion.
You want to buy what?
Clothes.
A clothes as an example. So you will talk to them to see whether I should buy the clothes or not. How would I look on it? Is that what it is? Okay. Okay. But you know, yes, that could be. So that example, yeah, it is acceptable. It's a normal day thing, but may not be. You want. Okay. If it is a boyfriend as an example, of course his opinion will influence your decision making because how good you look and how well you look, that might he might say, hey, this looks nice on you, and you please him actually, not please yourself. So that kind of decision making. But overall, this is the key to this. We make decisions every single day. And this is what I would like for you to remember. And don't forget it again. That is also statistically, it shows that 97% of all decisions you make it unconsciously, not even consciously. So that's how they went out to prove as to why is it that 97% of the people that we took polls on tell us they took a decision on further discussion and interviewing them, they discovered it was an unconscious decision making.
Any example?
Example. You go to the toilet, you took an unconscious decision, you went to the toilet. You didn't tell your stomach, hey, not now, I'll do it afterwards. You held it together. That's one example. But you made a decision. You drank the water. Just drinking water. You do it without even thinking whether I need water or just unconsciously did it. You got up in the morning and brushed your teeth. It's also a decision. But you did it unconsciously. You ate a breakfast unconsciously. Whether is it good for me? Is it bad for me? Is it something that I should eat? Now you never ask yourself. You did it unconsciously. You may think this is surprising, but if you ask your body whether you should eat that or eat that, they'll tell you, no, this is bad for you. Eat the other one. But you won't ask. You do it unconsciously. Now I want you to realize that. I want you to understand that almost all decisions, you probably think decision making is buying a house, buying a car, getting married, whether to go out so and so, or to invest in a company or buy a share. You may think of those big things, okay? But hey, that's the 3%. 97% of the time, you take decisions without even realizing whether it is important, not important, just do it. Because why? You have done it before. And you call that habits. You understand? You'll see the word there. You will, of course, create habits to make decisions. You create it yourself. Like in your case, as you said, my parents, my this, my that, they helped me to make a decision. They created a habit inside you, condition you. The actually you took a decision, but those decisions were influenced by other people. And then you took a decision. You do. You do that every morning.
Even if you decide that you want to make the decision, you allow the other person, you are still making a decision.
For you.
For this decision, I don't want to make, let me make. So for example, a couple, the wife, the girlfriend says, hey, next year let's get married. The girl has the choice to say, yes, let's get married, or not. Next year we have it following year. It's a decision. Whether it's in your favor or in another favor, collectively you decide that it will be. It is decision making.
Okay.
Whether it's right or wrong, nobody can say it's right or wrong.
Yes, that's correct. Your statement is correct. A boy telling a girl, I want to get married. And then the girl say, let's get married now. The boy say, let's wait for a year. Because I may not have enough money. Or I want to buy a new car or something like that. But the decision is made together. And they agree on a certain date and then get married. Sure, that's what the decision is. But what happens after the marriage, that's not the issue we're talking about. To make that decision is what we're talking about. Okay? Now, after getting married, the decision to make this marriage work, that's another set of decisions you make. So, as you go along in life, you are constantly making decisions. Whether it's your work, your family, your health. See what? Three key words, okay? Family, your home, your own health, or your work. You are, but you are making it in a very unconscious way. What I hope to do in the next hour or so, to try to raise that awareness that decision making is not a simple thing, and that you've got to really become aware of it. The more awareness you create within yourself, you will be able to make, let's say you make, the word is informed decision, not blind decision. Like getting married is a blind decision. Informed. Yes, the answer is yes, a blind decision. Yes, you ask every person, including Celine here, and ask her, did you logically deduct why I should marry your husband? She tells you no. She'll tell you that, and you know that too, okay? You just got into that and that's it. It's nothing to do with sex. It is to do when you thought this was the right decision at the point you know that. But we never do an informed decision. We don't. Doesn't mean that if you go to a Facebook or what is the other one that you go to?
Instagram. Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp.
No, this getting to know women and men. What is it? Okay. Okay, you gather information, whether you are not making an informed decision. You are making what is known as an intuitive decision. A decision which you make, and then you may regret it later. But that's it. You see, this is the key to that. Okay? This all represents decision that you make every single day. You're making it all the time. You are, but you're not aware of it. You are not aware that you are making it. You make a decision, I will buy that board because it is $8.90, right? That right or not?
Correct.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, the thing is because it's $8.90, you made a decision. It's a good board. And I told you the price about 35 euro, no?
And selling it, euro 35 euro.
35 euro. Yes, sir, you can go to the website. No, you can go to the website, go to Maple and ask them, and they'll have the price there. This is it. But this is because one of the things we have made the deal is because we have something like about 3,000 employees, so they just want to see whether or not they will buy. So we said, hey, you can't sell it at a profit, you can sell it at cost. That's our cost of producing it. That's how we sell it to you at cost. And we are not allowed to make money out of it. So that's one of the things. Integrity. Or we can cheat like I can do that. That's how integrity that we won't do that. So, okay. Now just to go back again and look at this. Okay? On the other side you see this. Okay? You make a decision. You don't know whether you're making the right decision or wrong decision, but you make it. Like for instance, you make a decision over lunch, what lunch to eat. Karuna gave that example just now. Okay? If you get together, then what shall we eat? You don't know what to decide. It's not because you want to please the other person. You yourself don't know what to eat, and therefore you decide that. You push that. And then he will say, okay, let's go eat satay. Oh shit, I ate satay yesterday. No? But because you already told him to do it, you probably keep quiet and say, okay, let's go eat satay. But you know, this is how you go. Okay? Let's take this one little step further, okay, and look at it. Okay? This is something that you need to understand. First and foremost, we actually have a lot of habits in our life. Many of these habits, okay, we do it because we give our brain to do it automatically. I have done it before, so don't ask me. Which is why you go to the toilet without talking about it, without saying about it. As a baby, when you were born, okay, you made a lot of noise. When you poo-poo, you made a lot of noise. That habit has not been formed. Therefore, something came out of your bottom, and as a baby, you cried, not knowing something is coming out. You thought the whole bloody intestine was coming out or something like that. Okay? That's why you cry. Over time, you realize, no, it's just poo-poo. Then, as you get older and older, then you will begin to understand that this is the toilet, this is how you sit, and you do your. All that slowly becomes part of a habit that you form. Decision-making process. Okay. Sometimes as a baby, you know, when you feed the child is crying away and taking the spoon away. Not because it's not hungry, it doesn't like what you are eating. The body is telling her, this is not what you should eat. But our mothers and fathers think they know better. They poke it into our mouth, and then we eat some rubbish, and we later get in trouble. See, a lot of this. Actually, a baby should be allowed to decide what it should or should not eat. The only thing that it should eat is milk, mother's milk, not cow's milk. It's not even cow's milk. Okay? And strangely enough, I ask myself, why don't you drink elephant milk? If you can drink cow milk, why can't you drink elephant milk? What condition? Because somebody's selling the product.
Yeah.
Somebody wants to make money. The only thing a child should drink is mother's milk. No two ways. No two ways. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Like that, you develop. Now you see that this is the reason why from the time you grew up and become a human being, like what you are now, you have already made. You have made a lot and lots of decisions, and you put them on autopilot. And so, decisions are made unconsciously. That's what I want to impress. You need to start thinking. You walk unconsciously, you drive unconsciously, you talk to your customers unconsciously, you do many things in life very unconscious.
Can we avoid that? How to avoid that? How to avoid? Can we avoid?
Oh yes, you can avoid it. Let's go through it. You want to jump to the conclusion tomorrow, right? But you've got to wait for your time. It's coming. See, but first, remember this case. There are two things in this case. This is the human body, this is the human mind. These two things need rest. Because you do not know how to rest it, you do not know how to calm it down. Okay? You think taking a holiday is the best way. I need the rest. So what comes into your mind? Holiday. Is that right? Is that right? But holiday has been drilled into you. You must take 6 months leave, go for holiday, because somebody wants to make money out of that. That is not resting. That is never the rest. You don't need a holiday. If you know how to take care of yourself, okay, consistently over time, you know how to rest your body, you know how to rest your mind. As one example, one good example. I was doing a seminar here. And that seminar finished at about 6 o'clock. Is that right? Huh? Yesterday, about 6 o'clock. 14 people here. And then I went home. By the time I got home with all that, well, you know the girl from Texas? Just one car driver decided he wanted to go over. Don't want to take a decision to go over. He was afraid. He stood there. He parked the car there. And that caused 2-mile jam. And he doesn't have to pray to say, others also have to pray to move it aside. He can, no, go, it's okay, let other people go now. Okay? I had to wait for nearly an hour. Then finally, one bold truck or something like that in front decided to take the side and come out of it and went through. That gave a chance for everybody to move, and I also went through. My car can take it. Well, after about 2 feet or even 3 feet, my car can take it. No issues about it. So, decision making, okay? So, by the time I got home, it was 8 o'clock or so. So, now the whole day, she bought me a Subway. Is it Subway? Stupid. Send me. Never ever buy from this Subway in Delhi. It's not Subway. It's some bread made by some barber shop or something like that. Okay? Anyway, yeah. So I had a little bit of food to eat, then I hit the bed. Now, when I hit the bed, I got up this morning only at 10 o'clock. Only at 10 this morning I got up. Because my body decided that I have to shut him down completely and I have to rest. This is a conscious behavior of mine. And my wife knows it very well. The moment I went to bed, okay, I begin to snore. Okay? And she could hear that. So she knew the first thing to do is to switch off the phone. The second to do is to take out all the electrical gadgets and make noise. The third thing to do is to instruct. No one disturb him. Done. Shut up. Okay. This is something that you yourself must have the ability to know whether or not you have enough sleep. Number one. If you do not have enough sleep and you are not rested well, okay, you will never ever be able to make good decisions. Number one. You may not realize it. What I want to tell you is, it's scientific. It's not something we talk like, just talk for the sake of talk. It is very scientific. It's very scientific in the sense that if you do not rest your body, if your body do not have enough rest, okay, which means that it is not in perfect condition, regardless of age. As you remember, as a young baby, you were always made to sleep longer. Is that true or not? Is that true? You know that, right? Why? Why are babies made to sleep longer? Why? Because, not because they have to grow, but because when they have complete rest, okay, then their development becomes faster. They can grow faster and grow better. Their organs are all growing at the same time, developing over time. You understand what I'm saying? This is for baby. Now that same thing happens to you even today. When you eat too much, you cannot sleep. Is that correct or not? When you eat too little, you also cannot sleep. Is that correct? Is that correct or not? So you need to take care of your body. That's another thing, which you know yourself. So it's not a question of putting an alarm clock and waking you up every morning. That's induced wake up. That is not so good either. You understand? So you must watch your rhythm. Wearing a watch or a clock or an electronic watch that tells you your heart rate is like that, your sleep is like that, is a gimmick to sell you more products. It's a gimmick because somebody wants to sell some product and tells you that if you take heart rate, none of the nonsense, okay? It won't work for you. Your body has a rhythm inside it. That rhythm, you must understand yourself. Is there a formula to it? None. You've got to develop it yourself. By watching your own sleep, how you get up, how you get up, it comes to you. You only if you pay attention. That's number one. Number two is the fact that your brain needs also, your brain, not of the body. This is the body I talked about, now the brain. The brain also needs some rest. Okay, because it is working 24/7. It needs a rest. When does it get a rest? Not when you sleep. When you are sleeping, it's working. It's processing, it's doing a lot of things, okay? But it also needs a rest. Meaning that it needs to see other things, different things. Taking away from this routine thing, it must also do something different, something new. And the brain is very active in that. Now we as a human hate it. We don't like to do new things because it's troublesome. You've got to learn a new thing. If you don't want to do it. So you see the conflict of it. So both you must understand. Why is it that you don't want to learn to do something new? Why don't you want to do it? Oh, it's troublesome, I've got to learn, I've got to go, and then this new job. Whatever it is, you complain. That complaining makes you weaker, not stronger. And that is something big. So that's why I put the slide to show you, taking a holiday is not the answer. Realizing that your mind is tired, realizing that as a human person, you find that the body itself is not coping. Therefore, these are two things. There's a third thing, which is very crucial thing, which I don't know how many of you understand it. Exercising every day for as much as 20 minutes a day, exercising every single day brings about new neurons and new synapses into your brain. But at the same time, it also, neurons are not only in the brain, it's also in your whole body system. It's a nerve center. Every day exercising for 20 minutes on a treadmill or walking around the block for 20 minutes. I'm not talking about jogging, I'm walking every 20 minutes a day has one very important thing. It also creates new neurons in your brain. Therefore, it is able to cope with demands that you put on your brain. So you see how it's interconnected. Sleep is essential, but at the same time, exercise triggers another one. When you are exercising, as an example, you are creating a lot of endorphin. Endorphin is a derivative which the human body, through the muscle, is producing it. These endorphins, okay, when produced in large quantity, is able to travel in the whole body, into your brain and all that, and then take out chemicals that are not good for you by health. Meaning, break it down. This is what endorphin does. Serotonin is another one. This is also produced by the body. So, all this helps you to actually find a way to really relax and get down. Okay? I'm not giving you stress. I'm saying, in order for you to make a good decision, you need to have a very calm body, a very calm mind that will help you to make that decision. No one knows that decision that you're going to take will be the right one or wrong one. Let me give you statistics, okay? 50% of the time, okay, whether it is the president of a country, or whether it is a CEO of a company, or whoever he may be or she may be, 50% of the time, he or she will make the wrong decision. Only 50% of the time, he or she will make the right decision. The right decision they make is over time. They make little small decisions to enhance the decision they've taken before. I bought a house already as an example, okay? I bought this office, okay? But another location much better. But hey, it's going to cost too much to go there. What shall I do to make this convenient? So I make a little alteration here. Have you ever known of anybody buy a new house? Have you ever known of anyone in this world that has bought a new house, really newly built house, and not renovated? Have you ever met anyone in your life? Have you ever met anyone who's bought a new house, a brand new house, okay, and never renovate the house? The first thing to do is renovate, right? Isn't it? Why? Hey, approved plan, everything is taken care of. Why do you need a new? No, that's said nothing like why. Why? You don't need to, right? But they do it. Why do they do it? Why do they do it? Why do they do it? Because where they live, they were living in a certain way, and therefore they remember that's the best way, and they build a little door here, or a little cabinet there, or a kitchen, or some bloody nonsense. This is what they do. You know what I'm saying? So, that is part of the habitual thing that we have developed, and then we make decisions, okay? So, now, aside from exercise, and aside from sleeping, you need to understand this, okay? No one makes a decision which is perfect. 50% of the time is right. 50% of the time is wrong. But where do we go wrong? We go wrong when we have made a decision and don't want to change it. This is where the problem is. Whenever you take a decision, you must be prepared to change the decision based on the information you get. The impact of the decision that you take, whether it actually works, hurts people, or something is going on. You take the new data and then change your decision. But human ego, human have an ego inside, okay? The ego of a human being, okay, is considered the other person. So that I can blame my ego and not blame me. Ego and me are the same. Ego and me are the same. If I make a decision, I must always make it a point to tell myself I'm taking the decision for today, for now. As I get new data, I will change that decision and take another one. I will constantly keep on changing my decision. It doesn't matter if my boss or the employees working for me, they are the ones saying he changes his decision every single moment. So therefore, boss, I come to you again. Is this place to sign? So what you ask me whether it's a place to sign? No, you already changed your mind. It's a stupid remark to make. You know what? Because a person who is constantly changing his decision is actually a clever one. Because he's looking at new condition, how to make that decision better. This is what I'm saying, okay? You can only do that provided you have two things. One, you have a rested body and a very, very stable mind. If both are rushing against one another, you ain't going to make some good decision. You'll make bad decision. And when we talked about just now, Saraj, you were saying about, I like other people's opinion. You're not making opinion for yourself, you're making opinion for other people. That kind of opinion is dangerous. Because why? They will change their mind too. So it's also important that when you take a decision, you must be accountable for it, become responsible for it. Meaning, you have sat down, thought through it, and made a decision, and then what, right or wrong, you accept the decision. And then only you'll find that all of this works for you, otherwise you'll talk. So, let me do this, okay? Let me say it again. Give you some quick overview of what we're talking about, okay? Okay, just a quick overview. Look at this, okay? In the sense that we know for a fact, okay? We know this for a fact, and that is that constantly we come to crossroads. We do. Professionally, job-wise, marriage, house, many things we found. So the question is, how can I make effective decisions? How can I do that? What is it that I can do? What is it that I can do to make effective decisions? Okay? Let's just walk through this and see what happens. Number one. Again, I want you to understand, okay? This is very important, okay? We spend, how is this decision making related to time management? I mean, that must be a question that you're wondering around why, isn't it? Because you consume a whole lot of time in decision making. You do, but you don't realize it. Only if you record down how much time have I spent thinking about this. And then you find you've thought about it 10 minutes there, 25 minutes there, 30 minutes there, maybe an hour over there, and you accumulate this, and then you find that, wow, I've spent maybe 16 hours thinking about this. But I may have done it consciously, or I've done it unconsciously. If you have to record it, you wouldn't know. It'll be just, no, I don't think I spent a lot of time. But then you don't know what you're talking about. This is key, time. Time is, and on top of that, while you're thinking about it, you're also spending a lot of energy, your own energy. And that's how, my dear friends, you accumulate stress inside you. Because why? You are not exercising enough. So those chemicals that come out of you, because you are thinking about it, because you are bothered whether to take it, these chemicals, which is produced by your own body, they cannot be quickly diluted by this thing called endorphin or serotonin, which is produced by your body because you don't exercise regularly every single day. This is not about bodybuilding. I'm showing you muscles, which is just 20 minutes of walk. Okay, 20 minutes of look at me, I'm 79 years old. 20 minutes of walk. Is that difficult? It's not difficult, but you do it in the morning. You can do it in the afternoon, 20 minutes, okay. But 20 minutes is the minimum. Then you got to exercise. That is by walking, by running or walking in your treadmill, whatever that is. If you do this, then this will accumulate and become better and better at the way to control it. You see this, my friend? Okay, making a choice between what is right, what is that. You see, you have this problem, right? Most of us, we go to a supermarket. We don't go to a supermarket with the list. I need a trousers, 2 socks, okay, and a shoe. We wouldn't go on the list, just go there. Okay, because we'll eat some food, we go there, and we look around. And then we see something that's nice. It is made to look nice because it's supposed, according to statistics, like you probably heard today, as to how 50 million Americans were influenced in the last election. 50 million Americans were influenced through Facebook. Now, a lot of people are in trouble because of this. They want to know how come. That means the algorithm has already collected all the data to show who you vote for. Who you are going to vote for. It's already formulated that based on your habit, what you bought, what you bought, it has already got that. And to these people, they said vote for Trump, or Hillary is bad, or something like that, okay? That distorted the election of the United States. This came out yesterday. Now, I'm telling you that actually, we go to this shop, and you ask us, hey, why? I like this. But suddenly, you're also looking around, that is much better than that one. Why do you do that? Why do you do that? You do that because you have been receiving data through television, newspaper, friends talk to you, WhatsApp now, whatever the rubbish you get now, every single day. That is influencing your thought. So you think, maybe that one is good, maybe that one is not good. So then you ask your few friends, of the two, which one you want? Which is good for you. You see how you actually distort yourself. The solution to that is very simple. Get a piece of paper. I need a t-shirt. Then you buy a t-shirt. I need a trousers, a pants. You buy them. You must make a list. Clever women always have a shopping list when they go to the market. Okay? I don't want to say the word stupid, but there are a lot of people that go to buy, shop without knowing what they want to buy, okay? Okay, this is what I'm saying. Decision, a lot of time. And you know, some people come back after a shopping spree and become very stressed out. And guess the way the world has changed shopping into a, you actually don't go shopping, you go window shopping. You go there to relax. How stupid can it be that actually you go to a shopping mall to relax? And that's what they advertise. You see how they attract you? Nobody forced you to buy Venga. Of course you forced me to buy. Because you already put that thing inside my head already. I need the shoe, I don't need the shoe. When I see the shoe, I need the shoe. You don't believe me? Go home. Check out the amount of things that you have bought and never ever use them. You will know what I'm talking about. So I'm saying to you, this is a part of the problem as a whole, okay? The second thing I'm talking about is that, you know what? A lot of us sit on the fence, not to decide. And the reason why we do that is because of the fact that we are afraid to take the decision because of several reasons. One of it is emotional. Okay? And the other thing is fear of the consequence of taking a decision. Not that you don't have enough information. You have it. You have it all. But you dare not take a decision because of two reasons. Emotion, you cannot separate between emotion and fear. You cannot differentiate. You must learn that skill. Okay? Tomorrow morning I'll be speaking at the university about emotional thinking. I hope the professors and lecturers and whatever you there will accept what I'm saying, okay? Because it's a mind-boggling emotional intelligence. It's not that easy. And actually an emotional intelligence, okay? And this is my finding, okay? It's stupid. It's very stupid. And most of the emotional intelligence are damn stupid. It is a Western way of undermining all of us. Okay? They are very good at this. They are so good at it, they buy us for a penny and sell us at a loss. That's how good the Western world is, okay? We are different, okay? Anyway, let me come back, okay? See, because of the fact that we stay in between these areas, and because we are afraid to take the decision, because the consequence of which we are not accepted. Later on you'll see, I'll tell you, that actually you have a choice. Not only you have a choice, in fact when you take the decision, okay, you are taking both. You are, and I'll show you that, okay? So this is some aspect, okay? You see, the problem is we don't want to accept things that goes wrong. You think that every morning you get up, that tomorrow morning you will be alive. Is that what you're thinking? Is that what you're thinking? Do you think tomorrow you'll die? You think you'll be alive, right? Is that true or not? Is that true or not? You think you'll be alive tomorrow, right? Think again. Because why? 1 million human beings will die tomorrow morning. They will not wake up. Statistics. 1 million human beings will die tomorrow, whether you like it or not. May not be your friend. Check it out, okay? Every morning. Is my friend still alive? Okay, good. Okay, hey, thank you. Okay. The thing is this, we always look at this consequence of what we do is wrong. We look upon it in a way that you create your own problem. I'm 79 years old. Okay. Every day, even now, I take decisions. I don't know whether it's right. I don't know whether it's wrong. I take the decision. Whether it's business, whether it's something to do with me, something to do with the company, or something to do with what I'm doing. I don't know right, I don't know wrong, but I will take it. I will take it because that is what is needed at this moment in time. But I can wake up tomorrow morning and change my mind and tune it to make it better. You understand? Look at this gadget we are having, okay? This gadget that is now live. You know, I'm on Facebook Live now. We took a decision a couple of weeks ago after seeing what it does. Now Celine can do it already. Okay? We haven't bought the equipment yet. Okay, because the guy is in Melbourne. He'll come back on Friday and probably Sunday or something. We'll sit down by our own equipment. Okay? But what is the consequence of this? The consequence of this is, it indicates that I, at my age, 79, is willing to take a decision. Right or wrong, doesn't know. It costs some money, sure. Why not? But I also noticed in the last 3 sessions, I am reaching at the rate of about 6, or the first time they reached about 2,000 more people, now we're reaching about 600. How many people are we reaching today? Okay? You probably know. Huh? Sorry? Okay. There are 2, but it's slowly built up. So this is a risk factor. Okay, now again, is there a shortcut to this? No. Because we have this stupid belief that we all can make the right decision. That is a stupid belief. That's only belief, You can believe that everything, I'm a monkey, I'm a donkey, I'm an elephant. You believe that, You are who you are. That belief system is taken up completely. I take a decision, I can change the decision. I have 2 grandsons. One fellow is in Liverpool, the other fellow is in Manchester. We speak on the phone, on the WhatsApp and Skype. We talk very often. And you know what? This is what they have become to understand. And that is that you cannot pass an exam, okay, just by sitting and thinking you are clever. And they are very clever. Extremely clever. At the A level, they got 3 A's, A star. They're clever. But they also know, when talking to me and all that, said, no, we realize, Grandpa, that we're smart. So we use our smartness to pass through exams. At the secondary school, at the higher school, even the A level, no issue. Now I'm in the university. That cleverness alone is not good for me. What do I need to succeed? I need a structured way of studying. I need to regularly look at what I got to do and then start to organize it and make it, And then one fellow is graduating this June or July, the other fellow has just gone through his first exam, and he has come out with the top of the class again. You get what I'm saying? So therefore, the thing is this, if you take for granted I'm clever, I'm smart, I'm intelligent, I can keep on getting. Stop thinking foolishly. Okay? Don't be a foolish. Now, the choice is always yours. Okay? What you choose depends on what you get. What you want. Because one thing is important. If you are not clear of what you want out of a decision, then you will always linger to do or not to do. You must be clear. Your objective of what you want must be clear. Not only in your mind, it's possible, at least to make a small little checklist, whether it's investment or otherwise. And there is no such thing as safe investment. There is only investment. The safest investment that you can ever have is to put your money in EPF. That's the safest. Because of the fact that you have at least a minimum of 6% return of your income. Is it yes or no? Yes or no? You don't even know that. Did you know that or not?
Without whether you give person like that or not.
Sorry?
Whether it will be same all the way,
Well, it's been in the last 50 years, from 1957 onward to now, 5.5 and 6%. That's it. Will it go any worse than that? No. Historical data. Because they are also investing the money in something else. Okay? Like it's not your concern. Your concern is, do I get 5.5 or 6? You put them back, you're 2.5 or 2.8. It is foolish to think all these insurance people, all these salesmen all come and talk to you, nice story and all that. You take out the EPF money, you can get more. You must look at it yourself 4 or 5 years from now and see, actually you didn't get a constant 6%. That's what you realize. Okay? So there's no such thing as the safest is EPA. We'll stop it here. Okay? I don't want to give you a long lecture. Okay? But you want to gamble? I'm high flyer. I put in $1. I want to make $100,000 tomorrow. That's the way to do it. 1 kilo. You carry 1 kilo of drug, you can get 100,000. Try it. Consequence? Hanging. It's okay. It's okay. My life is gone. My 100,000 is gone. Okay. So this is the kind of choice you make. But the choice is of you. It is again. So let me continue and tell you again. One of the major issue is emotion. Now, first of all, you must understand emotion. You were not born with emotion. Let me again repeat that. You were not born with emotion. Emotion is what you picked up after you were delivered. From your mother's womb, after you delivered, you picked the emotion up. Don't listen to all this crap. Okay? This is what is it. I'm telling you. Emotion is something that you picked up through your 5 senses. Through your eyes watching people, hearing people do, and then smelling by taste, by touch, and by watching stupid, idiotic, really stupid television. This is where you learn your emotion. Emotion is not a born thing. You develop it. That's why each person has different type of emotion. You understand what I'm saying, guys? You may not want to believe me. It's okay. Go find out yourself. It took me a long time to sit down and do this process systematically to find out, hey, what is this emotion? And you begin to realize they are all artificial. They are what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, what you read, okay? In books, in newspaper, in a whole lot of programs that you see, is what you get emotion. So emotion is not a reality. Emotion is an illusion that must separate the two. You must definitely separate it. If you don't know how to separate it, sit down. Very simple. Very simple way. Those of you using the weed planner, okay? There is a section under the thing called responsibility. And you go to the section called personal. And in that personal, you start to record on. Why am I feeling emotional against this person? Why am I feeling that way? Why am I, for instance, feeling hatred towards somebody? Why? Why am I feeling like this? Why am I feeling like that? You begin to record that. The more you keep writing that emotion down, slowly but steadily it will come out. And then you realize, hey, this is not true. I'm imagining it. It is not true. Or I have made a conclusion based on what I saw, what I heard, what I smelled, what I touched, what I read. Not true. This is the key. The key is this emotion leads you to many things. That thing becomes your own feeling. And also sometimes you pick up other people's emotion and think it is yours. That also you must be very careful. Some people come to you and they show a lot of empathy. They tell you how difficult it is to survive in this world, and they tell you a lot of stories. You buy that story. Okay? Instead of saying, hey, let's step little aside, this is her problem, this is her issue, okay, let's step aside. She needs some financial help. Okay, I can give her this $500, okay? I can give her, but I must tell myself, if I give this $500, I don't want it. If you return it, good luck. If not, I don't need it. Done. Am I afraid of that? Yes. But no, you want to jump in, oh, like that. In my life also, I had a similar situation. Now you're getting involved in them. You become part of it. You understand? You are entering into her world. or his world and trying to put up that, hey, we get in trouble. And there, my dear friend, decision making becomes very difficult. You will always make the wrong decision. You will always make the wrong decision. I ask people, okay, why don't you leave your job? You are so frustrated. Actually, I like my colleagues now. So I say, you like your colleagues, why don't you like your work? He said, no, about work, cannot tell me about it. Complain, no? So what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You are creating your own problem. If you so hate it, leave it, go somewhere. Surely you can get a job. You are intelligent enough to get a job. What does it take you to live? If you need about 50 bucks a day, I can do something. I can buy a walk, Char with your walk, I put the street, get one license, put the truck and do char with you, I can make 50 bucks a day. What cannot? Cannot. You might go, oh, you so poor. Yes, I'm very poor. You like to buy a car? Yeah, do something wrong. You understand? We look down. To understand this, I suggest one thing, okay? I suggest one. If you've got a little money, you can afford it. You go to India, travel around by train, by bus. Don't go by guided tour. You won't understand what it is. Go by train, bus on your way. And you will realize that 93% of the population, working population of India are all entrepreneurs. Only 7% are working for people. 7% of 1.3 billion, you go into whatever math you want to do, but that's what. That's why India is an entrepreneur country. Everybody's a boss of zone. They will sell their college, okay? They will sell everything, but they are on their own. Pharmacy as an example. There's never a pharmacy within that pharmacy. They have Muthuswamy, Ramaswamy, whatever. Everybody's a pharmacy, and they have a shop of their own. They have their own little shop. They belong to them. They no such thing as you and me join together. You do yours, I'll do mine. Entrepreneur. You see the decision they make. So in an entrepreneur's situation like that in India, you wait a few years, I'll be still alive, where you can see that India will turn twice over. Because all they needed is a few infrastructure, and this will turn over completely. It will take over. It will grow much faster than China because of this entrepreneurship, which people have not examined it. To understand that, you must go there. So I'm saying to you, emotion is fueled, isn't it? By your own feeling, your own relationship, and outside influence. So go and check it out, okay? Now guys, thing is this. Do you have habits? Yes, we have. We have used habits to find a way to reduce this decision-making fatigue. We have. But you must know what is it that you are making decision on. So awareness is important, consciousness is important. Both of this will make you a little better. You guys with me now? Okay, good. Secondly, it's also important, okay? If you eat salad for lunch every day, then is there a need for you to make a decision? Is there a need for you to make a decision? No need of. We eat salad every day, what? Isn't it? But I want to eat different salad in different places. Yeah, that also is a decision. Whether you want to eat it locally or you want to import it, or what is it? But you see, this is the kind of decision you make. This is also people make. Let's go for lunch. And then you decide. Okay? That's also. See, all these are already inside you. See, because you then learn how to conserve your energy. That you're not making it waste. That you are making decisions. Okay? Moving on, you'll see also, okay? In this case, okay? When you have things like that on your desk, which most offices have, and by the way, this is not only government office, okay? Private office also, okay? Pretend to be very busy with a whole lot of things inside, okay? you can never ever make a decision. This is a fact. You know why? Do you know why? Of course you can understand why. When you have too many things in front of you, your senses are preventing you from making decisions. Because the eye can see, okay, the ear can hear, the smell can smell, the taste can taste, and your feeling also touches it. Because it's overwhelming. So it sits in front of you and blocks you from making a decision. If you clear your table completely, work with only what you have to work on, then you will make better decisions. You try that at home. For 1 week, go home today, clear your table at home. Clear it with nothing on it. But put the thing that you want to make a decision on. You will make a faster and better decision. This is not a theory, no? This is a fact. Okay? It's not so difficult. The only question is you want to do it or not. Like that, let me just walk on. There are also what I call this particular type, you know, something you never think will happen. It comes all of a sudden. Now, in this particular cases, there are certain times that this decision needs to be made. They are quick, they need to be made, but you can't make it. You don't want to make it because it may cost you more money, it may cost you more emotion, it may have to do with friendship, it may have to do with many things. And therefore what you do is, you postpone it. Okay? You keep postponing it, and you delay it, and delay it, and delay it. What happens then? What happens? Time flies, right? And you still have not made a decision. Correct? Sometimes you will notice that there are many items. Maybe it takes 1 year, maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years. And in the end, you never ever make a decision. Why is that so? This is something that you all must become aware of. You dare not make the decision because of one reason, only one reason. It could be because it's emotional. It's because of the fact that you don't know your fear of consequence. So two things affect you. Okay? You become conscious. You're not unconscious, you're conscious. But because these two are affecting you, you dare not make it. Or, worst of all, it is interfering with your own integrity. Meaning you know it is right, you know it is wrong. You know doing this is wrong. And you go on to make a decision. Now don't tell me that you know what's between right and wrong. You cannot tell me that. As a human, you know what is right and what is wrong. You don't need somebody to come and give you a lecture on what is right and what is wrong. You know very well, okay, parking a car and pretending that you did not see the sign is wrong. You know that. Yes or no? Or parking a car and pretending that you did not know that the parking place that you parked on is actually got a yellow line. You need a policeman to come and summon you, then you will integrity. Okay? You know very much so that in this world, people produce products and services and what have you, which you know is harmful, and yet they sell it. You know that too, right? Yes or no? You know that, right? Don't they have integrity? Don't they have integrity? Don't tell me they don't have. They have. But you know what? They pretend not to see it. You understand that? A human has developed to the stage that he wants to cheat himself. But when they suffer, they will suffer before they die. Not after the death. Before they die, they will suffer. For everything that you do that's harmful, you will pay for it. One way or another. Either through yourself or through your children or somebody. You will pay for it. You will. Believe it or not. You will. Take it from me, okay? You will. So, this is something, right? You dare not take a decision and therefore you postpone it, linger on. But if it is do something that's not harmful, it doesn't do damage, take a decision and do it. And why not? You see what I mean? So because you know the consequence, you don't want to take it. It's okay. So like that, okay? Like that, you also have something. Okay? People talk about this gut feel. Okay? Karuna mentioned just now. See, because you do not have all the conclusive evidence of making a decision, therefore you postpone it. That's not true. You postpone it because of two reasons. One, emotion. Two, because of fear. Okay? This is what happens. Actually, your gut feel tells you it's the right thing to do. It tells you this is the right thing to do. The question is, do you want to do it or not? That's your gut feel. Actually, your gut has got better decision making. You know, it's got better decision making than your brain. Do you know that? Do you know that or not? Do you know that? You don't know that? Have you ever vomited? Have all of you ever vomited?
Yes.
And I'm not talking about alcohol vomiting, no? I thought you eat something wrong and you vomit. Do you vomit or not? You know that, right? Do you know why you vomit? Why do you vomit? Why do you vomit? Because the gut knows that this, if it goes any further, it will damage itself. So therefore, it takes it out. That's called vomiting. Your gut is better. So sometimes your gut feel is better than your intuition. Something that you look at. Okay? Here's an example of many things. There are several things. Okay? Be positive and all this you know. This is nothing new. You know that. Okay? So probably take some time now to think about it. Okay? Let me make quickly this. Okay? You see, this is one of the main reasons why people do not make a decision. Because they don't know what the consequence will be. And this consequence, whether you like it or not, must be accepted by you. So when you take a decision, okay, you take a decision knowing what you know and also understanding, hey, I don't know many things also. Along the way, I will take another decision. Along the way, I will find ways to repair it. Along the way, I will find a way to change it. If it is not going according to what I think it should be. You guys with me? You with me or not? Yes. You understand? It's not too difficult, is it? Is it difficult? No, right? Okay. Let me continue and tell you, okay? This is one of the things. This is something that we are used to, pros and cons. This is good, this is bad. You can wait, this is something simple. Then you can find some time to make that happen. Also, in another instant, you can see, okay? This is what I was talking to you about. Okay? See this core value, your own integrity, your ethics, your principle, and your accountability. This thing is called core value that you have. Now, my dear friend, not everybody has the same core value. You must remember that there are many, many things that may not be within you. That you understand that these values, you may not have actually looked at it very carefully. Whatever you do, are you doing this and harming yourself? So when you look at it very carefully, you will say, decision making becomes very simple for people who have all of this all the time. Like now they're calling Zuckerberg to testify. Because he's the only one who would have authorized that 50 million.
What defines your core value? What defines?
You have to define that yourself.
You.
No one can help you to define that core value. Your belief system doesn't have that. Your human body, ever since you came out of your mother's stomach, okay, it came with the integrity. What is right, what is wrong, you call it conscience. You have it inside. Everyone has got different ones, but you need to discover it. You understand? Is it difficult? Is it difficult? If you want to, it's easy. If you don't want to, it becomes very difficult. It's something that you got to think about, okay? Also look at this, okay? This is also true. See, when you are troubled, and you are, may I sit down a little bit? Can I sit down?
Yes.
And talk to you guys, is that okay? Ouch. Okay. See, many of us, for instance, okay, is that we have a lot of emotional feeling with us. Yes or no? We have a lot of this emotional feeling, and we are troubled by things that bother us. Is that true? Is that true or not? Personal, health, many reasons. Yes or no? Now, in that situation, unfortunately, you cannot make decisions. Because you will always make the wrong decision. You understand? That's why I give you one example of husband and wife. In a quarrel, you never use the word, I wish I never married you. You make the wrong kind of statement. And that can be disastrous. Or a girl can, as an example. Okay? So I'm saying to you that when you are troubled, okay, and you have a lot of worries, put aside. Don't decide. But then sit down and analyze why you are feeling like that. What is bothering you? Is it your mother, your uncle, your brother, your sister? What? My boss, my work? What is it that is bothering you? And then you will realize that actually none of this has to do with you. It has to do with the other person. But you have taken this upon yourself. And therefore, you are involved. Remember I told you that empathy? You know, when you talk to somebody else's problem, you got into it yourself. You don't know how to say, I'm not saying, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm not going to listen to you. That's not human. Yes, you should listen, but you must stay outside the border. Don't ever say, I agree with you, I have a similar situation. And you ask me for trouble. The best is, hey, oh, I see. What do you need? What do you need? Then the truth will come out. I need money, I need advice, I need this, I need that. Then you are tangible things. Isn't that? It's a yes or no?
Yes.
You are so quiet and worried. Am I getting through to you guys or what?
Yes, you will.
You're getting through. Am I getting through?
No, too many truth.
Okay, let's take a look at it again. One of the key in decision making is logic. What is logic? Logic is factual. Is it factual? Meaning, you can see, read it. Not something that is conjecture, meaning possible. Logic has a way to tell you this is illogical. Everything that you do in this world is very logical. It can be explained. The illogical thing happens when you take decision without logic. You get me enough, guys? You get me enough?
Give an example where you make decision without logic.
Okay. You know that it's going to rain. It's cloudy. Okay? Immediately, logic tells you better take an umbrella. Take a car with the top hood. It's not made out of cloth. Isn't it? Sorry? Hard cow. See, hard cow. One example. Many examples. You know, eating food that are relatively very hot, chili hot, what? It's not good for your guts. But greed tells you to eat it. You know very well that you put into investments that are risky. You know you will lose it all. You know that too. But you know what? your logic mind is not helping you to decipher what needs to be done. Like my grandson, for example, he knows he's intelligent, but that intelligence has a certain limit. Meaning, this is a terrain which has got length and breadth. You're at the university, and there the lecturer talk for 20 minutes, And then what they do? They send you all the notes through Wi-Fi. That also not to your email. You can go to a central server and get it. The library door is open 24/7. I am available half an hour for you once a month. So what are they telling you? What are they telling you?
Self-study.
You have to do it yourself. You better sit down there, cost damn very expensive, put your guts down and grind yourself to understand. You need help, there are always help. Not through your friends. There are authorities. Which means, are you using your intelligence or not? Are you using your intelligence or not? Because you're using your intelligence, you are then deciphering this information and doing it in the proper way. That's what I'm saying, okay? So like that, be logic in everything we do. We are very illogical in many things that we do. We're not logical. Give you some example in Malaysia. Is reading the traffic light red wrong? Is it wrong?
Wrong.
On Monday, I saw this really bad, very bad example. I was on a road and near to where I was going to, and the traffic light is red, and I stopped. Beside me came a Harley Davidson motorcycle. Now, do you know what Harley Davidson is?
Yeah.
It's a very expensive motorcycle, right? With a little girl who's probably about 7 or 8 years old. The man driving the Harley Davidson was not wearing a helmet. The girl who was sitting at the back of it also was not wearing a helmet. Okay? Now, at the traffic light, he looks right, he looks left, it is still red enough, he went across. What are you teaching this young girl? It is okay to beat the traffic light, it is okay not to wear a helmet. And lo and behold, there were other motorcycles that came. All of them carrying children to school, and all of them not wearing helmets. Is that logical? Why? Because if I'm caught, then the logic will appear. Is that what it is? Okay, that gives you a simple example. There are many. Okay, there are many. Logically, you know what you're doing is wrong. You can never make a good decision. You always make a bad decision.
Mr. God, what is nunca just try to say
That part between you and the animal. What do I classify you as? It's for you to decide, okay? Okay? Now, again, moving forward, okay? In making a decision, that's good, okay? Your integrity will tell you whether you're doing right or you're doing wrong. Your own integrity is not my integrity, your own integrity will tell you whether it is right or wrong. Because over time, some people oppose certain things. And they are right in their opposition because the majority are dumb. Really, 97% of human population are conditioned to do things. They don't have their own thinking mind. This is a fact. This is a fact. 97% of the population of this universe cannot think. They just do because they are conditioned to make people do things. And because of that reason, you will find many a time a few people who see the differences. They become leaders, or at least they try to show. And in this process, you will find that these people are willing to die for what they think is the truth. Okay? You have seen many great people like that in the past. In the future also you will see them. And they know what is right and what is wrong. But the population themselves must also recondition themselves. Once in a while, wash your hair. While you're washing your hair, wash your whole head and say, I cannot be conditioned. I should not be conditioned. You have to learn that yourself. How can you do that mentally? By making sure that you understand what you're doing. All I'm interested to tell you is understand what you're doing and ask yourself, is this right? Is this wrong? And you know the truth of it.
Or is there another way of doing it?
Is there
Is there
another way of doing it? Without, key is, it must not be illegal.
Yes.
It must not harm any human being.
Yes.
It must not harm any human being.
Is there a better way of doing it?
Of course. All I'm asking you is to ask yourself, whatever I'm doing, does it harm the human being? And if it does, then it's wrong. Whether directly or indirectly, will it harm? Okay? We run a plant. We know we bring out a lot of waste. And all this waste, okay, has to be processed. Or you call in the qualified people who are licensed to take that from you, and they know what to do. Whether what they do, you better also check to see that they're doing the right thing. You cannot just leave it, I pay money, I don't care. You also need to have that process check. You know what I'm saying? Whatever business you're in, you got to find out whether you have that integrity or not. I emphasize that a lot because decision making is something that needs review. Sometimes you take like getting rid of a person, as an example. Is it right to get rid of a person? Is it because she made one mistake or he made two mistakes or what the reason behind it? And you examine the whole lot and you discover actually no. There's so many things good about the person, there's so little bad. Let's find out how to make that bad become better. Let's sit down and do that.
Dr. If they're not performing well, better get rid of them. You can hire somebody else who can do better.
Okay. That is what I told you just now. You have no integrity. Sorry, not you. But what you say, you have no integrity because you don't care about this person. If this employee has worked with you for some time, you have to think through whether it's the right thing to do, it's the wrong thing to do. What is it that was wrong for you to get rid of it? Yes, you can replace with one more. It's like this, no? But yeah, if I may say so. My neighbor's wife is better than my wife. It's always like that. We think that somebody else is better. We don't look at us deeply to find out whether or not this is the right thing to do. And this is not so difficult, no? We look at it, okay? See this? You see this? I'm saying, think about what you truly want. What you truly want. That's not so difficult, isn't it? Isn't it? If you know what you truly want, then decision making becomes very simple. Am I right or wrong? That's really simple, right? Now, whether it's a business venture or otherwise, all my life I took decisions along the way, okay? All my life I've taken decisions. Every decision I made, okay, sometimes wrong, sometimes right, but I'm willing to take the consequence and go on because every decision I make is also consequence. Okay? Things may go wrong, things may go right, but for you to constantly go and push it and see it, understand it, if you don't know, read about it, if you know, talk to somebody. Don't talk to people who talk a lot and do nothing. Coffee shop talk all no point. They are not worth talking about. If people give you their example, you must go out and try yourself. See whether that's the right way to do it. So that's lots of things that you've got to find in there. Now also, you may have what I think close circle friends. Sometimes you are very close, who you talk to the person, that person knows everything about you. It's not just a friend, you know. Some friend, you tell 1%. Some friend, you tell 2%. Some friend, you tamba, meaning you tell lies, you know. That's minus 10%. There are some friends only as a human being. I used to have only one friend. Only one friend in my life. He died, went away, and that's about it. I have no friends now. Okay? You all must have at least one friend. One. Where you are totally transparent. That is the friend I'm talking about. Okay? You can always consult. Okay, but if you go to, for instance, the United States, it's very easy to join the group. And there will be a lot of people who may not tell themselves who they are, what they are, but they can give you a lot of advice for free, what they call group help. Support. They have. But it relates very much to alcoholism, drug abuse, okay, or psychological problems and all that. Okay? But there are also other group, non-group activities. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Now, in conclusion for this session, before we start opening for some questioning, is to tell you this, okay? The way I make decisions, I as a person, okay? First of all, can I afford it? What happens if this thing I'm going to do, okay, if it totally fails? If it totally fails, am I willing to accept it? If my answer is not sure, then I will stop. But if the answer comes, if everything goes goes wrong, I can start again. See, in my life, I always take the decision. If I take the decision, is it harmful? No. Okay? If it goes fish, meaning everything goes fast, okay, am I willing to accept it? If the answer is yes, I will go ahead. Every decision I've taken has done that. And for your own information, it is a fact. She's been with you 26 years. She knows. Some business, I've lost everything. But I never look back. Done. Finished. Move ahead. Because it is your own mistake. Don't repeat the same mistake again. See that? You become careful. This is a lesson, a human lesson you learn. Employing a consultant to say whether it's good or bad is bullshit. Because they tell you from their experience. You have to decide that yourself. Yeah? So whether you get the right job or wrong job, you have to decide. Whether you got the right wife or the right husband, you must decide. You must also know the consequence. Whether it's the right job or wrong job, you must take your own decision. Any advice given to you is a third party's opinion, not your own. Okay? That's why I enjoy myself in working with people who want to understand how to make decisions. I teach them how, on a personal basis, how to take decisions in a small way, Suddenly you find them making bigger and bigger decisions. I give them the comfort, how to look at it, how to. And this basically is decision making. Now, there are many complex things in decision making. Okay? You can go to a bookshop and buy a book. Like I first wanted to understand what is decision making. I bought a volume of nearly 12 volumes of it and read through all of it. And the conclusion was, they talk theoretical nonsense. It's not practical. Okay, I can sit down and write a paper on it, and do a university lecture. But it ain't going to help the soul. But it only helps the soul of a human being, provided you have that experience. What I'm doing is sharing my personal experience. By that experience, I always advise them, don't take big one. When we break this down into 5, 6 parts, let's take the first one and see what happens. And then do it for a couple of months and see what happens. Then take another one, take another one. By the time it comes to the third one, I know that they are confident enough to do next and next and next. But you're not even confident in the first exam. Okay? So, let me stop here and then ask you if there are any questions.
Dr. How to cover up bad decisions?
Yeah?
Any way to cover up bad decisions?
You can never cover up bad decisions.
Cover up.
You can never ever cover up bad decisions. You can accept that bad decision has taken place. I have learned from it. But I'll move forward. There is no such thing as you can cover up a bad decision. Nobody can. And don't talk to me about government making bad decisions. That's not my field of expertise. You can talk to the right people. I can tell you that if I made a bad decision, I must take the responsibility myself. It's my responsibility to accept it and not do it again. And you can make bad decisions. You can, and you will. But let me tell you one thing, that you should never, ever, after having made a decision, change your decision. And that is in marriage. If you marry somebody, okay, if you marry somebody, your honesty, your integrity is important. So, you are supposed to marry to make the marriage work. Separation is a very bad idea. I will never, ever condone that. But if you do it as your business, I don't want to have anything to do with it. I'll cut it off. That's about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to discuss it. Okay, that's it. But if you cannot work through a marriage, okay, there's not something wrong with one person. If both persons have a problem, both persons have a problem, you can resolve it. Okay? Especially showing so if you have children, that's even worse. That's what I'm saying, that's it for me. You can call me old-fashioned, he's a donkey, old fool, and all that's okay.
But if it's not working, might are divorce.
Sorry?
If it's not working, might are divorce. Better for the both parties, right?
All human beings can work together. If animals can live together, I don't know. Animals can live and work together. Why not humans? Yes, sir.
Okay, some people, because of the bad decision, the consequences is very bad in the
Yes.
past.
Yes.
So now, going forward, the past thing
Yes.
keep on coming.
Yes.
You cannot make good decisions.
Correct.
Become stress.
Absolutely.
And become, so how to...
Very good. Sir, there's only one thing you must do. To me, I must, like you, I've met people like you all, like you're saying. What I do is I tell them, let's sit down together. Okay, help them to write down, it has to be written down, all the bad things that has happened, the past that has happened. What I do is to make the person bring out all the things that happened that's bad, for him to visually see in that piece of paper. You can see that, it can be pages of it. Okay? Once you go through the systematic process, then why did that happen? Then you will find out, in the conclusion you will find out, actually he was part of the person to be blamed. You understand that you made a bad decision, it's an investment decision, you made it, knowing that fella is not a very honest fella, and so on and so forth, you've done it, but you condone to it, meaning you accepted. There were many examples. I give you one personal example of myself. Okay? I retired at the age of 46. Then I came on. I wanted to teach people this. 32 years ago. I'm going to do it for 32 years now. First time I'm senior here.
Yeah.
First time. Doing for 30 years, 32. So when I started teaching people, and then I went to, at that time I used to have, this is my own product. Before it was a product that developed in Sweden, long time ago. I was selling that. I went to buy this 10 of this system and take it to a friend of mine company to help him. And then the owner came out and told me, said, why do you want to buy 10? We have been agent for this product for the last 4 years. We sold 2. One for me and one for my assistant. What are you going to do with 10? He asked me, sir, I'm going to take it and teach people how to run their company and all that. He looked at me as if I came from the moon or the sun or something. He looked to me as someone quite decent. He looked to me like someone who was a good person, who really wanted to know. That's how I started, okay? Then eventually he said, can you also come and help us? That's how I started. Then I said, I begged him, okay lah, let's see what I can do for you. Of course, he was willing to pay me a fee. I said, hey, thank you, that's good, man. Okay. But then eventually, empathy, I put one foot in, then 2 food inside. Now my whole body was inside already. Then I wanted to start this in a bigger way. Then he stopped me and said, instead of spending time and effort in this, why don't you spend your time and effort in this business? I would like to make you a partner of this company. So I said, why would you want to do that? You must be profitable, you must be doing this and all that. I said, to tell you the truth, I don't even know whether we make money or lose money. In fact, I don't even have accounts. And then he said, you see, what you see is what you get. And I believed him. Then I spoke about it. At that time I went to Pricewaterhouse. I mentioned this company name to them. And I said to them, they're friends of mine. I used to use them before. This particular company, Venga, no way, Venga. Don't. I came out, I thought about it, and I said to myself, hey, not so bad now. Pricewaterhouse may be giving me a conceptual idea, okay? I went in with both my feet, okay? Then I realized it was doing something like about 1.8 million to 2 million turnover. In less than 5 years, the company was turning around 78 million. Okay? Then only I discovered what the loopholes were and all sorts of things too late. The first time I saw it was when the owner himself came to me and said, no, we are missing about 2.7 million worth of stocks. So I said, how's that possible? You need about, I calculated, so you need about at least 22 lorries to take this amount away. How come? It must be a mathematical. I tried to console. You've got to look at this or that. Stop. Then he went on for some time. Nothing came out of it, okay? In the meanwhile, I only see P&L. But the P&L looks okay. But I never saw the balance sheet. There's always one reason or another, and they were using some old accounting and all the rest of it. They were high-tech computers, and wow, I don't even know how to use a computer at that time, okay? Then eventually one day he walked up to me and said, hey, 27 million of stocks is missing. So, you got $1? I asked him. He said, yes, give me the dollar. Okay, the company is yours. I own 50% of the company, you take it. Go. Call it a day. Because you cannot work with somebody you don't trust. This is my personal experience. Okay? One bad experience, but that doesn't make every decision I'm making is wrong. And then I went to another venture which turned out to be a huge monster sitting in Thailand. And in this case, I said, before I go in, I want to see balance sheet, I want to see every bloody thing, I want to check the account, I want to do this. I did a whole lot of things. 1994. So, from 1994 to 2003, I set up systems and all sorts of things, computerized the whole bloody lot. Okay? Even if you make a small one pin loose, it will show in the balance sheet. Okay? So you learn, but you make it better. And on top of that, I took over and I said, my son shall run that company. You partner, me partner, we don't run. Get up. Let him run. Which is what he's doing. That's a lesson to you. So you won't make mistakes. But you must learn from it. You cannot move about it because nothing you can do about it. You want to take him to court, you want to sue him, to take you a lifetime, and you spend a lot of money for court. What for? Call it a day. That's me. That's me. Also, I believe one thing, okay? Never borrow money to do business. If you don't have your own money, sit quietly, do cha kway teow. Don't borrow to do business. If you cannot have the capital to do the business and lose the capital, don't borrow to do business. This is vision. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Because very easy to go and borrow money, very difficult to pay. Because why? Every dollar that you borrow, you have to pay approximately 10%. So in other words, whatever goods you are selling will be 10% more expensive than your competitor. Full stop period. Automatic, no matter what accounting principle you use, okay? Because you got to pay the interest. Okay? So if you don't have the money, don't do the business.
So that was contrary to what even the government is doing now.
I recently met someone who is in a different business altogether. And I found out something. I told him, hey, this cannot. He borrowed money, but his friends and this, that, the other, and all that. I say, yeah, that all looks very good. Like my first goal to help you is to settle that amount. My first goal. Now I've got to do everything to get that. And you know what? If not, I will let you down like a hot brick. This is tough. But you learn. You have to learn over time. You won't learn overnight, but you will learn over time. And decision making is quite easy if you abide by few principles. Are you prepared to lose everything? And I have. I lost a lot. But I was always able to move forward. That's the key.
If that incident, the bitter incident, did not occur in your life, would you be where you are today?
No. The answer only no.
Yeah.
If I don't go through this, which I went through, I wouldn't be what I am today. But,
Don't be thankful.
which means that it is teaching me a lesson. Life is teaching me a lesson. I must understand it and say, okie dokie. Now, what have I learned? How do I implement and what's to be done? This building is an example. This building. We were in a little place called Sri Patali. Okay? And I bought that building. How much we bought? 400. The Sri Patali. How much you? You were here. No, you were there. I employed you there. Okay. I think about 400, some bloody nonsense like that about that. It is a 3-story, three. Ground floor, first floor, second floor. 3-story, okay. We bought there, okay. We were there for quite some time, from I don't know when. And then one day, one of my chap was an accountant, he's still with me. He was complaining and the women were all complaining, including Celine complaining. They saw a cat which looks like a rat. Running around. Because why? That side is all cooking, eating place, you know. So they were bothering me. So I said, no decision. First, the building has to be paid for and all that. I said, get a buyer. My Lord. Within 2 weeks, she found a buyer. Huh? Sold it. I said, after selling it, nowhere to go to.
No, please.
Okay? So I said, it's your responsibility to look for one. So they found one temporary place and all that. And eventually, one day I got told, there's one building here, they want to sell. Okay? This place is big. Not knowing that she was already moving to Puchong, very clever. I kept saying, this was actually a plant. They were doing all sorts of things. You can see all that. Okay. One thing good is that you don't have to do any repair. Just move in, you can start. That's the important thing. Then the headache started. First of all, this bloody building, there was no CF. They have given a temporary CF. This is the Borneo company, isn't it? Borneo and Malaya Borneo Society project, you know. The whole area here doesn't have CF. And the government will come down. Because you have no CF, this one like this one you must pay $50 there, $200 there, 2,000. So they have stopped this nonsense, call an architect, come. The poor architect, a friend of mine called Dr. Maurice Vicky passed away also. So he came and sorted it out. We are the only building in this entire location where we have a CM. Plus everything, yeah? Done. Done. So you go through that experience again. Now we're very careful. Very careful. Okay now? So, okay, this is a place, then we can do this, yeah? I never thought that I will do a seminar in this building. I never thought. You know, never thought. Until also another decision came last year when we were told, we were doing Bankers Club. Bankers Club is doing very badly, extremely badly. Memberships are very bad. Okay, they tried everything, they failed miserably. So they told us, no, you can't be doing this for long. No? So we prepared. So we started coming in last year. When did we start university? June we started here. Now slowly, all of you are here. So very soon, they'll become a lot of places. We take 100 people, no issue. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's free.
And you know what? You know what convinced me? Two things. One, Saras. She comes from Ampang. She's coming here. So I asked her, how come? Oh, I take a train, I go somewhere, and then from there I take an Uber to come here. So if people make the effort, why not? I mean, this is free. The other one I have to pay. Every month I have to pay what? Huh? 550 something. Okay? For 32 years I've been paying money to run this place. But you see, you learn as you go along what not to do, what to do. And you think about rationally then. Does it cost you a lot? Or is it a better way to do it? It doesn't take a genius to think about all of these things. It's a simple mathematics. 1 plus 1 cannot be 3. No? It has to be 2. So this is how you do it. Any other questions? What about 3 minutes?
Just now when you were mentioned use habit as a way to reduce routine decisions and things. Is it because we are consciously afraid of living with the consequences of taking a wrong choice?
No. Those are the simple things. As an example, okay? As an example. This is Celine. My decision on money, see, my decision on the money that I give her, what needs to be done is her decision. But I give her the authority, but she gives me an accounting. So I have an accounting. So a lot of you are transferred over. In other words, I don't have to think about it, she thinks about it. Okay. Certain type of decision you make it, you already have got a lot of decisions that you make without even thinking about it. As an example. As one example. You need to delegate the work to somebody. Okay? You know the person is good. Can he deliver or not? Then automatically you say, come, do this work, you delegate. Because the decision you're passing over to the other person. Okay? But you set up a system, can you come back in 3 days and show me what you've done? So you got to check and balance. So a lot of time you do that. But it comes to hardcore, the job must be done by you, then you will not use somebody. It takes a lot of effort. You will do it yourself. So in certain cases, that cannot happen. You cannot take a very a decision that requires and can consequently be very hard. You will never ever delegate that away to somebody else. You will do it yourself. You will do it yourself. Or you might give it to your assistant who will do part of the work, but you will do the final work. You will check through. So these are the things that you do. Some you do unconsciously, habitually. Some you do consciously. You do that. So it depends on what you do. So the way to do that is, okay, what is this job? What is required of the job? What's your objective? This person, is she capable of doing it? Has she ever done it before? Yes? Okay. No? Okay, come. Break the part up into smaller parts. Okay, do this for me, come back to me. Do that for me, come back to me, like that. That's a way, that's the way. Okay, you delegate. Okay. Many other things, the personal thing, as an example. Now, financial personal matters. You want to take decision on financial matters. You can say, as an example, you can call in your insurance agent or somebody that you really will get. I have this money, okay? Now, I need you to invest, but my investment must be in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It must give me this kind of return. Okay? You delegate that completely to the insurance agent. Okay? But you make it a habit to check and see every month how's it going and all that. Habitually you look at it. That's the way to do it. So that's many methods to do that. Okay? You also can develop your own personal way of, in your own human, see that for instance, as one example, you can delegate to yourself the exercise, okay? Meaning, I will get up every day in the morning at say 6 o'clock or 5:30. And you've got to sit down before you go to bed and tell yourself, I will get up at 5:30. If you do 3, 4, 5, and go to sleep, you will find that automatically, very soon, you tell the time, you wake up. I give you an example. Last Thursday, I had to catch an early morning flight. I was in Bangkok. The flight was at 5:55. Okay? Even the hotel keeper said, sir, I will call you. I will call you at 3 o'clock. If not, I'll come and knock at your door. I say, please do if I don't wake up. Exactly at 3 o'clock. 5 minutes later, I woke up. Because it takes me an hour to get ready. I will leave at 4 o'clock. I arrange for a limousine to the airport. I didn't need an alarm clock. All I have to do is to tell myself. And the fact that I work that week alone, every day we work from 7 in the morning to 10 at night. 7 in the morning to 10 at night. It's like heavy discussion. But yet, at 3 o'clock, sharp, twing, that woke me up. So these are things that you conditioning yourself to wake up at a time. I actually don't need a clock to wake up. I don't. But I can change it. I mean like today, I told myself, I will sleep as long, last night, I will sleep as long I need to sleep. You decide. So if that means slept through until 10. See? Conditioning the body to tell you when it's ready to wake up. See? Just now I told you, that you have never seen me from a chair, right? He told me, sit down for a short while. Okay? So I sat down. Because why? Again, there was a little blood flow that was flowing up and down, which is not moving on properly. I can feel it. So it tells me, hey, sit down. So, okay, obey, sit down. All this, you can tell yourself. You are gung-ho and you want mind. As I tell my grandson, you do what it's done, you sit, break it down. Okay? You know what lecture that you did, break it down. Okay, decide when you want to do, when you want to do. Don't wait until 1 week before exam and start to walk it through. This is not Form 4 or Form 5. Sit down. It's a discipline, it's an organization. How can you organize it? Okay? Guys, it's past 8 o'clock. Okay? Thank you very much for coming. Okay, come back again. See you next month. You know when that is? You guys know when is that? You know when? Yes, in April. Yeah, April the 25th, huh? Is that right?